I'm in Massachusetts, but I'm additionally in Crazy Town, USA. You call yourself an influencer, you only have like this amount of followers. That's hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. I don't have any makeup to zoom you in on yet, but we got the Shop Kike Daisy Dukes earrings, an absolute classic. And also, I got this new shirt at Target yesterday. It was in the clearance section. Look at how funny this is. It's got little dolphins diving into like a rainbow ocean, and one of them's diving over the moon. This is giving me such early 2000s nostalgia. Is it trendy right now? I don't know. I don't care. It makes me very, very happy. And I got it for $6, and you just can't beat a bargain like that. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to see my cool new dolphin shirt. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in a little chatty get ready with me. I usually do like one get ready with me a month, you know? I feel like that's a good way to update you. I feel like my last get ready with me was very like complainy, you know? Nobody perceived it that way. You guys were always really sweet, but I feel like my last get ready with me, I was really going through it, and I'm feeling a little bit better now. A lot of exciting stuff's been happening. A lot of exciting stuff is going to be happening in the future. A lot of, you know, changes with YouTube. I feel like that's been the really popular YouTube trend lately, is to talk about how YouTube is dying. Is it? I don't know. I'm gonna let you know my thoughts, and we'll talk about my personal life a little bit, talk about what's exciting me in makeup and beyond, and it'll just be fun, cool, and casual. Feel free to grab your own makeup and do your makeup along with me. I love doing my makeup to other people's get ready with me because it makes me feel like we're getting ready together. But if you don't want to do your makeup right now, go grab a drink, go grab a snack, or grab a little furry friend, and let's get right into it. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to sit down and get ready with me, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. I'm gonna be using a couple of Half Magic eye paints. I just did a whole review on the new Half Magic collection that I somehow received in PR. Incredible, I know, but I'll link that down below if you want to see it. But I got a request on my TikTok to mix these two shades together, and I thought that was a freaking brilliant idea because this shade, the blue one, is Sky Juice, and it's like a gorgeous periwinkle blue. I'll do a little swatch for you. I'm gonna mix it on the back of my hand. And then this green shade is called We Are Aliens, and it's like a nice slimy green. Yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen when we mix these two together. What do periwinkle blue and slime green make? I don't know. Okay, this is for you TikTok commenter. I don't know if you follow me on YouTube, but here I am mixing them together. I've been having more fun on TikTok lately. I basically just repost all my Instagram reels, but I'm trying to do some more original content too because I've been told that YouTube is dead and TikTok is the future. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, I'm not leaving YouTube. They will have to bury me with YouTube. Nope, I think that's a little bit too dramatic. Maybe don't do that. But I'm not leaving YouTube anytime soon, but I am gonna share my thoughts on the platform and how people feel about it. Wow, okay, this is an interesting color. It's like a sagey green. I'm trying to make sure I get everything mixed in together here. Okay, I'm into it. It's giving very trees to me. I've been visiting my parents for the last week, and they live like in the woods. It's really beautiful. I really like the area that they live in, and I lived in for 22 years when I lived here too. But yeah, they're like back in the woods here, and so this is giving me very much like inspiration of my surroundings here. Super pretty. So yeah, okay, let's pop this on my lids. Do I want to put it all over or use it as liner? Let's just put it all over. Let's put it all over so we can really see the saturation of the color. But yeah, like I started to talk about here, I feel like everyone's been talking about lately how YouTube is dead and how nobody likes YouTube anymore, which at first I didn't even want to like acknowledge any of those videos or watch any of those videos because like, hi, I am a YouTuber, I make YouTube videos. You don't always want to read about how your career is dying. Not that YouTube's the only thing I do, but like that's just a bummer to hear. And also, even just as a consumer, YouTube is my most used platform. It is the platform I spend the longest on every day. I'm always listening to podcasts on YouTube or watching a true crime video on YouTube. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't watch a ton of makeup content on YouTube anymore. anymore, unless it's a get ready with me. I love watching get ready with me's, but I spend so much time on YouTube. So when I first read YouTube is dead, I was like, not in my apartment, not in my house. YouTube is very much alive for me. But I'm also not gonna sit here and act like I have no idea what they're talking about, because I do know what they're talking about. TikTok has absolutely blown up over the last couple of years, especially I think due to the pandemic. I know I personally got into TikTok for the first time when quarantine started, because I just felt like there was this constant news cycle, you know, and I was trying to pay attention, constantly refreshing Twitter to see what the numbers were in my area, and just like trying to stay up to date with the news. And sometimes I just couldn't sit and focus for a whole YouTube video. Sometimes I needed to be mindlessly scrolling on TikTok and watching little 15-second videos here and 30-second videos there. So I understand why people have stopped going to YouTube as much. I mean, I think as time goes on in general, even pandemic aside, I think just our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter as a society. I think for me, it's probably because I have undiagnosed adult ADHD, because I literally have every symptom possible of it. But I do think generally as a society, our attention spans are dwindling. And you know, that definitely has to do a lot with media as a whole. I don't think that's all just like in our heads. I do think media influences that, with like TikToks being pushed, Reels being pushed on Instagram, even on YouTube. YouTube has shorts now. This short form video is being pushed so heavily across all platforms that it just feels like it's almost like conditioning our brains to want short form content because that's what's being pushed. Is that too conspiracy theory for you? I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I am not an expert in media, although I do have a minor in film and media studies, so maybe I am. I'm not. It's a minor and I added it my senior year. Anyways, dude, shout out to freaking Duraline. My product got all dried out on my hand and I added a little drop of Duraline and look at it now, it's back to life. I feel like I haven't mentioned Duraline in a while. I did a video about it a couple months ago and it's been an absolute game changer and I take it with me all the time now. But yeah, so I understand that long form content is definitely less popular now, but I will say I don't think it's dying. I think it's just changing. Like, I know myself personally, when I want to watch long form content, I either want to watch like a 30-minute video of somebody getting ready so I can just feel like I'm talking and hanging out with a friend. But if I'm not watching like one of those, I'm usually watching a long form podcast. I'm on my third day listening to the new Mile Higher podcast. It's literally 3 hours long. And when I saw that, I was like, all the chefs are kissing. Yes, thank you, Kendall and Josh. I love when my favorite podcasts release really long episodes. But yeah, I personally love long form content when it comes to listening to something that's interesting to me, which true crime is incredibly interesting to me, as well as conspiracies. You know, Kendall and Josh tend to talk about aliens a lot on the Mile Higher podcast and natural disasters, and I just find all of that stuff really fascinating to learn about. So I love that sort of long form content. Anyway, so now I'm gonna move on to a little water activated liner because I can't resist, and I feel like this shade Turtles, this split liner from Glisten, is gonna go really nicely with this because it's also a pastel green shade and I feel like it's the same type of green but a little lighter, so we're gonna go in with that. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, how long form content is kind of like just more so changing. I think that's what people mean when they say that YouTube is dying. They don't mean that like all of YouTube is dying, they just mean that like people aren't going to YouTube for the same things that they were before. I personally think people want exclusively long form content on YouTube, maybe except for reviews. I know I personally don't always want to watch a review that's like 45 minutes long. Like, usually there's only a couple things in a collection that I want, so I kind of want to see it to be a little more concise. But I think when you're watching something less logistical, you know, like something that's more of a commentary, I think people do want long form content when it comes to that. You know, I think if you're trying to make a point, people want to hear you talk for a long time. You know, when I see that Curtis Connor has uploaded a 35-minute video talking about Pokemon cards, I'm freaking thrilled. I want to hear him talk about that for as long as possible. But he's just so funny. I'd honestly listen to him talk about anything for a very long time, and I love his podcast. Very, really good, incredible, phenomenal, no notes. Okay, let me focus on this liner for a second. Ooh, too dramatic? No, perfect. Perfectly dramatic enough. But yeah, I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are on YouTube dying. Is it dying for you? Or do you find yourself watching less YouTube than you were a few years ago? Do you feel like the pandemic has changed the way that you watch YouTube? I want to know everything because I could just be like totally in my head here because I feel like everyone else is like, YouTube is dead, TikTok is it, delete your YouTube channel. Nobody's saying delete your YouTube channel. I'm dramatizing for effect, but I'm also fact checking myself to be factual. Anyways, I just feel like there's a lot of panic going on right now. YouTube is dead. I know I have friends who don't make YouTube videos as much anymore because they just feel like the payoff is not good. YouTube videos maybe aren't getting as much views as they used to because they feel like people are leaving the platform. And I'm not necessarily seeing that on my channel. In fact, my channel is about to break 5,000 subscribers pretty soon here, which is freaking nuts. Thank you guys all so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. But I do understand what they're saying because I myself have been experiencing a lot of growth on Instagram over these last few months, really this last year. Like ever since 2022 started, my Instagram channel has been really blowing up, which is absolutely amazing. But the growth has been so much faster than YouTube, and there can be times where that's a little discouraging. I'm like, oh man, like I'm making these little 15-second videos. Not that they take 15 seconds to film, they still take a long time to film, but I'm posting these much shorter videos, less detailed videos, and they're getting just astronomically more views. You know, if I'm lucky, I get a YouTube video that gets 1,000 views, and I'm freaking thrilled with that. But 1,000 views on an Instagram reel, and I'm like, oh wow, that really flopped. My light died. Dang it. Okay, let me go fix that. But yeah, like I was saying, it just seems a lot easier to get more views on Instagram and even TikTok than it is to get on YouTube these days. So I understand why a lot of creators are discouraged. But YouTube just has such a special place in my heart. Videos like this where people are just talking while doing their makeup are like how I got into makeup. So I just love the community that it fosters. I've gotten to know so many of you through like making videos like this and through just talking on YouTube. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever stop making YouTube videos, but it's an interesting time to be a YouTuber right now. There's definitely a shift happening. The type of content we're making has definitely shifted. It seems like people want to see more lifestyle content too, which I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't think I will ever vlog. I really have no interest in vlogging. I'm forgetting to do my makeup. Okay, let me dip into this little Glisten Shapeshifter palette. I'm gonna take the shade Charm and pop it on my little brow bone here. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever vlog because when I am not making videos and making content and like this is my job. Hi, people always ask me what my job is. It's this, hello, how? But when I'm not doing that, I don't really feel like pulling my camera out. You know, when my boyfriend and I are going for walks or going out to dinner, I sometimes take pictures and post it to my Instagram stories, but I just really want to be like living in that moment and being more present. And I'm not saying that all people that vlog are not present and in the moment. I think you get to a point where you're just so good at it that it feels more casual and you don't feel like you have to think about it as much. But I just know myself, and that's just not really something I'm interested in doing at this time, which is like, I feel like that's kind of the trend where YouTube is going. That and podcasting, which like, what am I gonna make a podcast about? I can't make a true crime podcast. I'm too sensitive. I sob during all of the episodes. So I would not be a good true crime podcaster. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. Maybe I'll just keep making Get Ready With Me's. I'm gonna go in with a couple of gems on my inner corners now, so I'm just taking my lash glue out. But I'll definitely keep making reviews too, because I love reviewing collections that I'm excited about. I definitely don't feel this need to review every single new makeup item like I used to back in 2020 when I was like first really getting into my YouTube channel. I really felt like I had to review everything. And then I learned over a couple of years of doing YouTube that I don't love reviewing everything. I don't have the money to be paying for all these new releases to review everything. I'm incredibly grateful that I've started getting more PR now, so I can definitely review more now that I'm like receiving collections, which is awesome. But I don't do a dedicated review video on every product I receive. I try to only do it on things that I'm actually really excited about, which I also try not to accept PR unless I'm really excited about it. Ooh, look at these stars. These are my little Amazon gems that I feel like I mention in every single video because I cannot stop wearing them. But yeah, so I'm definitely not gonna stop doing reviews of collections that I'm excited about. But tutorials is another thing. Tutorials are interesting because I feel like people wanna see like short form tutorials on Instagram and TikTok more now than they wanna see it on YouTube. But then that's also tough because like my most popular videos ever on my channel are graphic liner tutorials. So it feels like, okay, there is a market of people who want like like longer, more detailed tutorials because they really want to like master the art of graphic liner. But it does feel like there's still a market of people who want to see tutorials. So I don't know, I've been rambling about this topic for way too long. So please let me know your thoughts on YouTube dying in the comments and what videos you're still watching and not watching on YouTube, because I would love to know. All right, now we can finally move on to my base makeup. I have been loving my base routine lately, so very excited to do this on camera with you here today. I took out my earrings, so they're out of the way. But I'm gonna start by going in with my Auric Glow Lust, which, did you see that? I'm running low. I am devastated. I'm definitely gonna order more. There's also still so much more in here. I gotta figure out a way to like get it down to the bottom of the pump. This is also the original shade Morganite. They changed it, so I'm like kind of sad because I really like the original Morganite. I still think it was a smart move for Auric to change it because I know people felt like they needed a lighter shade, but this is like my exact skin tone shade. Not that it's a foundation, but still, I really like this one, but definitely will repurchase because this literally lasted me a year and a half. So yeah, definitely a wise purchase for sure. But anyways, let's talk about some more positive stuff because you guys, things are actually going great for me right now. Last month, I was very much depressed. I'm not saying like depression's over, congratulations, I'm all better now. Like, I don't think that's how depression works. I think we all still have good days and bad days, and I am no exception. But I do feel like the old mental health is on the up and up over here right now. I have found it easier to get out of bed in the morning. I do think a lot of that has to do with the weather being nice, but also just things have been going well career-wise for me. I'm starting to get some more opportunities, getting a lot more PR, like I mentioned earlier. Incredibly grateful for all the PR I've been getting, but also I've just been getting more like cool opportunities. Like you guys saw last month, I did a collab with Glisten. Are you freaking kidding me? That was a dream come true. It was so cool to work with them. I did a collab YouTube video with them, and I also made 3 reels for them, which is like freaking amazing. I'm literally living my dream every single day. It's amazing. And then getting PR from Half Magic, like the literal makeup designer from Euphoria, a show that I find so inspirational. All of the makeup looks, wanted to send me PR and be one of the first people to use the launch. That's Crazy Town, USA right there. I'm in Massachusetts, but I'm additionally in Crazy Town, USA. So that is amazing. Oh shoot, I was so excited to share my base routine with you, and then I got off rambling about all the exciting stuff I got going on. I'm using the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I have the shade Fair. It's a little neutral for me. I probably could have gotten away with getting Porcelain, but I was trying to go for more of like a summer shade, you know, because it's getting closer to summertime. And I do get a little tan in the summer, not on the face, but on the body, so we got a match. But yeah, so things have been going really well over here. I'm feeling pretty good, feeling really motivated to continue making content, feeling really good about calling this my career now. This should never be the way things are. I just want to preface by saying like this is messed up and I do not agree with it, but I definitely didn't want to call this my career for a long time and would just ignore your questions about what my job is. People, I don't know why people ask so much. Work is so boring. I do not dream of labor, but people always want to know what's your job, so like I understand little curious cats out there. Going with my Flower Beauty under eye color corrector right now, but I always just felt too embarrassed to say that like this is my job or this is what I want to be my job, because I felt like I didn't have enough followers to say that. And that's why I prefaced with like saying I don't think this is right and I would never think that about somebody else. But for me personally, when people would just be like, what do you do for work? I like didn't want to answer because I was like, I don't want to say like social media and beauty influencing and then have them be like, really? You call yourself an influencer? You only have like this amount of followers? That's and nobody would even say that. Nobody would even say that. It's just voices in my head, just anxiety, having a ball in my brain, being mean to me, and yeah, that's all really that is. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely do feel a little more confident calling it my career now that I have 30,000 plus followers on Instagram and growing. I'd say Instagram is literally insane. I'm so grateful for my Instagram growth and my YouTube growth. We're almost at freaking 5,000 subscribers. I never in a million years thought that would happen. 2 years ago, I had 47. If you have a YouTube channel, literally never give up because anything can happen. And yeah, slow growth is still growth. Took me a long time to get here, but I'm happy to be here. And yeah, I'm just feeling really good about my career right now, so that's very exciting. All right, we interrupt me gushing about my career to tell you about this purchase I made at Ocean State Job Lot yesterday. If you do not live in New England, or if you have never lived in Massachusetts or Rhode Island, you probably don't know what Ocean State Job Lot is. Rhode Island is the Ocean State, and Ocean State Job Lot is basically like, it seems like a Hobby Lobby. I've never been to a Hobby Lobby, but that's what I feel like I would compare it to. To give you a picture of what Ocean State Job Lot is like, I'm gonna tell you what I purchased there yesterday. I purchased an 18-inch floor fan, 2 bags of pistachio nuts, and a Revlon bronzer. So you can basically get anything at Ocean State Job Lot. And I got this Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Bronzer, which has been something that I wanted for like a couple years now. I honestly don't know why I waited. Revlon is getting to be a pricier drugstore brand, you guys. I feel like every time I see something new from Revlon, it's like $14, and Revlon, that's not really drugstore pricing at that point. But I got this bronzer at Ocean State Job Lot for $4, and needless to say, I am in love. I absolutely love it. It's the perfect color for me. It's the shade Sunlit Glow 110. Now my lighting in this room is not great, so I don't know how good you can see the shade, but yeah, I absolutely love this. I tend to gear myself more towards powder products in the summer. I stick with really hydrating foundations and concealers still, but when it comes to blush and bronzer, I tend to lean more towards powders because I feel like that's how I set my face. I don't use actual powder to set my face, but I use my powder, blush, and bronzer to set my face. And now for blush, I'm gonna go in with one of my new Oden's eye blushes. This is one of the shimmery ones. It's called Sienna Lustre from their Solmane collection. I've been really enjoying these a lot too because I like that it's like a blush lighter, so I can just totally skip highlighter. I love the new Oden's eye highlighters, by the way, but I think those are gonna be ones that I probably use more on the eyes and as an every once in a while cheek highlighter, because I just love a glowy blush that acts as both a blush and a highlighter. It makes it so easy for me. I'm someone who has trouble applying powder highlighters in a way that doesn't make it look like a literal stripe on my face, so I like having a glowy blush because I feel like you don't get that stripe at all, and it just gives a very natural looking glow. It's very pretty. Speaking of very natural looking glows, I realized that during that Half Magic review video, I never actually demoed the Half Magic Dew Lock setting spray. It's actually not called that. It's called a Hydrating Set and Refresh Mist, and I freaking love this stuff. So I want to show you the before and after, okay? You can see I've already got a lot of glow going on. We get the Auric Glow Lust, we get the glowy blush going on. There's a lot of glowy products already, but wait until you see how this takes me from glowy to dewy. I freaking love it. Did I apply too much? Probably, but what can I say? I really like to drench myself in a setting spray. All right, and here's your after. See how it just took the glow to the absolute next level. I love seeing it on my forehead because I didn't put anything on my forehead, okay? I put a little bit of bronzer and blush like on the outer corners of my face, but I didn't put anything in the center. And look at just the gorgeous glow it gives. I really, really like that setting spray. Very big fan of that. All right, I just went and popped some mascara and a little white eyeliner and a little lash line, and now I'm ready to do a lip. So I'm gonna dip into this Half Magic lip liner. I've been really liking these lip liners, and you guys, I'm trying to force myself to get better at lip liner. It's one of my goals for this year. Lip liner is a struggle of mine, and yeah, I just think it looks really cool when it's done well, so I want to get better. This is from the Lip Trick Kit Sculptitude. It's double-sided, so it's got a lighter nude on one side and a deeper nude on the other side. I tried using both yesterday, doing a little contour moment. It came out horribly. I didn't like it at all, so I'm just gonna stick with the lighter nude side this time. I have found that a way that I have gotten better at lip line, I'm putting it in quotes because I am self-conscious. I'm taking it out of quotes. I take away my air quotes. I am getting better. Anyways, a way that I've gotten better at lip liner is to put a lip balm on before, not right before, okay? So you know how you typically do your lips last. I don't know how you do your makeup routine, but if you do your lips later in the routine, put a lip balm on at the beginning of the routine so it can really sink into the lips and it's not like super slippy, but it's like hydrating enough that when you go over it with a lip liner, it just glides over it, and I feel like it makes it easier to apply. And granted, these are like super freaking creamy, but I will say I tried it without a lip balm yesterday and it did not go on as creamy. So lip balm is my little hack for for you for how to get better lip liner. It's been working for me so far. And to do more than just like lining the very outside of your lips. I feel like my lip liner used to look really horrible because I was like lining just outside my lips and then going in with the lipstick and it looked like so starkly different. Whereas if you take the lip liner like halfway into your lips, like you really bring it in here, you don't have to cover your whole lips. I know some people cover their whole lips. I take it about halfway in, and I feel like that helps it blend together better with your lip products too. So now I'm gonna go in with the Mouth Cloud from Half Magic Beauty in the shade Magic Brownie, and it's a nice brown nude. I'm hoping the lip liner isn't too light for this. We'll see. I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with my lip liner one more time to just really mesh it together. All right, what do you think? I think that looks pretty good. I do kind of feel like I just covered the lip liner with the lipstick, but you know what? It's fine. I feel like it looks good all together. I like this shade Magic Brownie a lot. I kind of feel like I found a dupe for that Oden's Eye shade that I decluttered recently. Do you guys remember that Oden's Eye matte lip cream? I forget what the shade was. Ripe Papaya. There was like this gorgeous deep burnt orange that I absolutely loved the shade of but hated the formula of. I feel like this is a really close dupe. Maybe a little bit less orange and a little bit more brown, but it's definitely still giving me fall vibes. And you know what? I know it's not fall, but I feel like I'm giving woodsy vibes with this green eye look, the brown lip, the golden cheeks. I just feel like this look is a winner and I feel very glamorous. I feel very cute. And with that, we've reached the end of the Get Ready With Me. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry I spent so much of this Get Ready With Me talking about YouTube being dead, but then actually not being dead. I'm also not sorry. It's a Get Ready With Me. We just kind of ramble. It's a stream of consciousness. We see where things go. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I needed to talk that topic out. I haven't really talked that one out yet, you know? I'm a talker-outer when it comes to like things that make me anxious. I need to like talk about them for at least 45 minutes. That way I can get my full stream of consciousness now and it just makes me feel better. So thank you for being the receiving end of my stream of consciousness on the death of long-form content. But as we all know from watching this video, I don't think long-form content is dead. I just think it's changing. And if there's one thing I love, it's change. As a Virgo, I shouldn't, but as a Sagittarius moon, I just love change. It just breeds new, exciting things to come. It can be scary, but it's also really fun. I love the changing of the seasons. I can't believe it's about to be summertime. I'm gonna get to go to the beach. I'm so excited to go to the beach. I cannot wait. I love being in the ocean. I love being in the water. I hope that the sharks stay away from Rockaway Beach this summer because I'm gonna be there and I prefer if they weren't there at the same time, but they can come back later. I don't want to tell the sharks what to do. It's their ocean. Anyways, I'm rambling. We're at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Oh my gosh, if this is your first video of mine, hi, this is exactly what I'm like. So if you liked that, feel free to subscribe. I post new videos twice a week and I live stream most Saturdays, although I haven't the last couple Saturdays. I'm sorry, it's been really busy, but I'm gonna get back to live streaming soon. Check out my description box for all of the makeup on my face today in case you're interested in any of the products I use. Also, my description box, I'll have a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources to support the Asian American community, resources to support the LGBTQ+ community, and resources to support Ukraine, so please check out those links if you haven't yet. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!